Thought it might be worth catching up with one of Kaif and George's old teammates, former Brumby and Wallaby Ben Darwin. Ben's now a director of a company called GainLine, and using various measures around team cohesion and unity and players' history together, they've become pretty good at predicting Super Rugby success. So we asked him for a verdict on this year's Super Rugby.
I'm from GainLine. GainLine is a data analytics company, and what we study is the relationships or the cohesion between rugby players and sports people all around the world. And what we find is that the relationships and the understanding between the players will actually directly govern the level of success for that team.
Runs the Waratahs into an historic first ever home final.
So to the Australian Conference for 2015, the Waratahs again are going to be a pretty strong side. They get a lot of cohesion out of the relationships at Sydney University, like Foley and Fanger at 9-10. And generally the Waratahs have been together for quite a while. Also, a lot of their guys are coming up and back to the Wallabies, which helps. The Reds have backed off quite a bit from their highs of 2011. So we probably see them finishing about mid-table. And then the Force were really big improvers last year, and they're going to continue to improve and maybe push towards the finals.
And there's the reply from the Crusaders.
So the New Zealand Conference, and again I think the Crusaders are going to be outstanding. They're drawing their players mostly from Canterbury. The Hurricanes, they're going to be the biggest improvers, and again guys like Nonu back with his relationship with Conrad Smith, and so they're going to be the huge improvers this season.
Gets the ball around to JP Peterson.
The Sharks, really big performers last year until they had some issues with injuries. The Stormers and the Bulls are going to be their big improvers in that conference, and particularly the amount of Stormers. Unfortunately, they lost de Villiers for the season, but we really see them as big improvers for this year. So those two teams will be at the top of their table.
A 19-year wait is over.
So who's going to win the title this year? Well, of the Australian teams, the Waratahs and the Brumbies are pretty close and stand themselves a pretty good chance. Obviously, the Crusaders and the Hurricanes, hopefully they take some points off each other and allow the Australian team to put huge pressure on. The South African teams, the travelling aspect's always hard for them. So we would see, hopefully, Waratahs or Brumbies come first on the table and have a home final, and 12 out of the last 14 teams have won when they come first in the competition. So we should see an Australian champion again.